everyone, and welcome to Aspire for Home. In today's feature on young working women, we are talking to Ananya Sengupta. Ananya is graduated from the University of British Columbia with a degree in political science and economics. During a time at the university, she was the president of a sorority, a member of the Gamma Sigma Alpha Honors Society, and the election coordinator of the Alpha Meter Society. She currently works with Deloitte Consulting in Singapore and is the co-founder of their internal BAAC initiative that aims to upskill junior employees in the firm. Ananya, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So tell me, Ananya, what made you choose consulting as a career option?
This question is a bit of a backstory. When I was a teenager, I actually had no clue what I really wanted to do. I had a vague idea I wanted to go into corporate instead of starting my own business or pursuing any other passion, but I was never really clear on the field. So after I started university, I decided to take up internships every summer with a little prodding from my parents as well. And the different fields I worked in ranged all the way from sports marketing to market research and consulting, and then pharmaceuticals as well. And ultimately, my internship at the market research and consulting firm was a highlight for me. I realized that this is something I could see myself doing. It's a place where I can grow, learn, and be challenged, and that's why I picked a career in consulting.
You sound really excited about your consulting career. So what's the most interesting thing about your job?
I mean, absolutely. I love my career so far. And I think one of the most interesting things about my job is the fact that no one day is the same. Consulting is a very dynamic and fluid field. So you're always in a position to learn more and do more. And I think the ever-changing nature of the job is what keeps it really engaging. I always feel like I'm being challenged. Every day is new. And yes, you go from not being a specialized consultant to becoming a specialized consultant, and the way the firm operates or the way the culture operates is that you get to learn more, and then you eventually get to that stage where you're very highly specialized, I guess, subject matter expert. And the fact that I have the flexibility to work in different fields, different industries and functions, and try to be exposed to so many different things is what keeps my job so fresh and exciting, and I'm just never bored.
So if you have to talk to your 16 or 18-year-old self, what would you tell her about what you learned in the last few years?
So I think the one thing I would tell my younger self is that it's perfectly fine not to know what you're doing at that stage, because everybody else is trying to figure out what they're trying to do as well. You're not the only one. And I think the one thing to keep in mind is to figure out what you want to do by either pursuing your passions or seeing what makes you happy, what motivates you, and just don't give up on trying to find those things, because it'll eventually help you figure out what you really want to do. And, I also think it's perfectly fine to feel lost sometimes, because it's natural at that stage. Not everyone has a very fixed goal of where they want to end up. And some might figure it out faster than others, and that's perfectly fine. Everyone goes at their own pace. So don't put that much pressure on yourself. Have faith in yourself and have faith that you'll eventually find your way, and be happy with the choices that you've made along the way.
So how do you think how easy is it to transition from college life into the corporate world?
I think transitioning from a university setting or to a corporate setting is quite hard for some people. I know a lot of my friends have struggled as well. And I think the root cause of that is mostly because college is so focused on academics and social bonding that once we embark on our corporate journey, it's a complete lifestyle change. And to some extent, I think some people feel like it's a culture shock, because you've gone from having a structure a flexible schedule that you make yourself, to a 9-to-5 job where it has a tendency to exhaust you and I guess consume you to an extent, because you're so focused on doing well in your job, you're so focused on figuring out what you're doing at your job. And I think the one thing I would say is to take it as an adventure. Think of it as something exciting. You're learning something new, you're being exposed to something new. And I think that's one way to deal with it. For me as well, I think the way I tried to keep myself grounded was to try and rebuild my social structure in Singapore when I moved back. I tried to keep my social life constant And through that, I was able to maintain a semblance of work-life balance. And that really helps in terms of transitioning from uni life into the corporate world.
So you said that it's not very easy to transition from the college life to the corporate world. So in the choice between fitting in the corporate world and remaining authentic to yourself, what do you think are the issues in this, and how do you navigate them in the corporate world?
I think some people really feel the pressure to, I guess, curb their personality or be slightly different in order to fit into a company. But at the same time, there are also a lot of people who are very strongly like independent. They very much want to maintain their authenticity in a corporate culture. And I think that's perfectly fine. And it's definitely valued amongst all people, regardless of age or gender. And I personally don't think anybody needs to change who they are in order to fit into a company. And I think the key to maintain your authenticity is to find a corporate firm, like a corporate culture that fits your personality, that fits what you're looking for in a job. I know I've definitely been in internships where I didn't think I was a good fit for the firm, and I'm pretty sure they felt the same way about me. And instead of, I guess, changing who you are, try to find something that fits with who you are. I honestly think that finding a firm that has a working environment or the culture that you are looking for, that you identify with, is the key to being true to yourself in any setting.
Yeah, I guess. So basically find a workplace which actually allows you to be yourself, at the same time allows you to fit in. Okay,
Absolutely.
Ananya, it's been great having you at Aspire for Her, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.